Right. So what we have done so far, inside that green box, we have 4 routers. In that, every router has got a loopback interface with an address. For example, router 3 has got loopback 0, 3.3.3.3/32. We run IGP protocol on all these 4 router, including that loopback interface. Very important. If you fail to run OSPF on loopback interface, OSPF neighbor will come, but MPLS neighbor won't come. MPLS neighbor to come, neighbor's router ID need to be reachable. I repeat, like OSPF and BGP, MPLS will also use that loopback interface address as the router ID. But for OSPF, that router ID of the neighbor doesn't need to be a pingable address. Do you know that? I'm asking, someone answer. Do you know that? The neighbor's loopback address, which is taken as the router ID, doesn't need to be a pingable address. Do you know that or not?
No, sir.
Yes, sir. OSPF.
We are not going to now have OSPF on loopback. Right now, do show IP OSPF interface brief. When you say, you can see OSPF running on loopback 0. Yeah, we see that, but I'm going to remove it now. Interface loopback 0, no IP OSPF process ID area 0. I removed. Now if you say show IP OSPF interface brief, you don't have OSPF running. As a result, when you go to router 2 and try pinging 3.3.3.3, it won't ping. It won't ping, but show IP OSPF neighbor, it is still using it as a neighbor's ID. This is what I was telling. Did you understand?
Yes, sir.
Right. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to refresh MPLS. No MPLS IP. And I'm saying MPLS IP again. Listen carefully. When I refresh, when I remove MPLS, the neighborship from 3 and 1 got removed. It went down. What neighbor? LDP neighbor. MPLS neighbor has gone down. I'm putting MPLS back. With router 3, it will not form neighbor. You see? It is not forming LDP neighbor with router 3. You know why? Router 3 MPLS. Router 3's MPLS says, I am 3.3.3.3 talking to you. Router 2 says, I don't know who is 3.3.3.3. You are saying you are 3.3.3.3, but I don't know who is that fellow. When I ping, I cannot ping. When I check the routing table, I cannot see the route for 3333. Then how can I form LDP neighbor with that guy whom I do not know? You understand the story now? For MPLS, the loopback interface which is taken as the MPLS router ID need to be a pingable address. So do not forget to put OSPF in loopback interface. Sometimes, you may think that there is no connection between OSPF. Well, you may think like, what is the connection between OSPF and MPLS? Definitely there is a connection. What connection? OSPF only need to provide the route to reach this 3333 to router 2. Now if you see, MPLS neighbor will come. I corrected in router 3 and MPLS is working. When I do some changes in OSPF, MPLS problem is getting fixed. But those who don't know the fundamental, they will be simply playing with MPLS only. என்ன வரலையே பக் இருக்கும் பொழுது இந்த ஆப்ரேட்டிங் சிஸ்டத்தில் பக். That is the story they will make. But the real story is for MPLS. If neighbor says I'm 3.3.3.3, this router will try to check the reachability to the neighbor first, and then only it will form neighbor. Is that story understood, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Do not forget, the router ID of the neighbor should be a reachable address in MPLS. In BGP, in OSPF, that's not mandatory.
Okay. சார் ஒரு கொஸ்டின் சார் கேக்குதுங்களா?
So one thing I have said so far is this. For MPLS, the router IDs need to be a pingable address. So without fail, the IGP protocol that you are running should advertise those loopback address which is taken as the router ID by MPLS. And for MPLS VPN, this is very, 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 very important. I'm going to repeat. This MPLS, this BGP, MPLS, BGP, and OSPF. All these three are running on R1 and R4. On R1 and R4, I have MPLS, I have BGP, I have OSPF. In R2 and R3, except BGP, I have other two. Now, this three protocol that is running on R1 should choose same address as the router ID. Not different address. OSPF one address, BGP another address, MPLS another address. No, it should not be. It should be same address. Usually it will be same address only, unless you go and mess with the BGP by giving manual router ID. OSPF manual router. If you do that mess, then your VPN will come, but the traffic won't go. Why? Data plane won't work. Why? Data plane not only depends on BGP, it also depends on MPLS label, it also depends on OSPF. So they all need to have same ID in the data plane for the data plane to be used. If you leave it default, definitely on R1, OSPF will take 1111 as a router ID. BGP will also take the same. MPLS will also take the same. No problem. But when you go and do some mess, giving some different ID for BGP, then those three won't be in sync. Layer 3 will come up, but layer 2 will be a problem. Remember this very, very, very well in your mind. In production, I have seen people. Everything is fine configured. VPN is there. Routes are there. In KFC West, I can see KFC East route. But when I ping, the packets are not going. It is because one of the router in the path, OSPF has got one ID, BGP has got another ID. Or MPLS has got different ID. Maybe on router 2, maybe on router 4. So the data plane is in toss. So configure same router ID for the IGP, for BGP, and for MPLS. You will not face any problem. I did not face any problem on the day when I pinged between CE West and CE East, because I did not mess with any router ID. And today also we are going to use that VPN which is already there. Okay, now let's come back from the beginning. What are the things that we have configured so far? On R1, R2, R3, R4, we have OSPF. We have MPLS. And then we have IBGP between R1 and R4 using loopback as the update source. Very important. No, why I need to form neighbor using loopback? I don't have multiple path here. Don't tell that story. In the real world, you will not have R1, R2, R3, R4. You will definitely have multiple paths between R1 and R4. So it is always good practice to form loopback to loopback neighborship. And that loopback is the loopback which is also taken by MPLS and OSPF as the router ID. This all should match. If you do something according to whatever your mind says, you go to R1 and say neighbor 10.34.0.0.4. If you do that, BGP will come. Your VPN also will come. Even routes also will come from KFC West to KFC East and vice versa. But when you ping, the ping won't happen. Alright, so when you form IBGP between R1 and R4, whether you have multiple redundant paths or not, you have to form neighbor using update source loopback. Alright, and then what is the next step we did? We went to R1, BGP, and we said address family, VPN v4, unicast. Under that, we said you have a neighbor called 4.4.4.4. For that neighbor, activate the VPN service. Right? So you do this on R1 and R4, VPN comes up. After which what we did is, we went to R1's, BGP's, VRF address family. And then we said, you have a neighbor called 100.0.0.1, which is CE West. Let me show you that configuration. Show run section router BGP. We went under the VRF and we say you have a neighbor called CE West. This is the IP address of CE West, and CE West autonomous system number is 10. This you no need to give, it will come automatically. And this command also you no need to give, this will come automatically. I did not give. You go back and see those videos. I did not give this command. I did not give this. I gave only activate for VPN. I did not give activate for EBGP. It comes automatically when you form neighbor under the address family. Right? And we know that this interface is a member of VRF. How did you create the VRF? Show run section IP VRF. We said this is the name of the VRF. This is the route distinguisher. And for export and import, I want to use the same ID. And this is the command we give. We have given under. We gave under F01. F01. We gave this under F01. You want to see that? Show running interface F01. IPVRF forwarding. That is how we made that interface as a member. Now we are going to do similar configuration for KFC. See, right now KFC is not having any VPN, not even an IP address. Let's give IP address first. I want to use the same IP address which I used on F01. Is that possible? Yes, it is possible because this F01 is in different control plane. And F10, I'm going to create another control plane for KFC. Because they are in two different control plane, I can have same address. They will not conflict. ISPs, they don't give a private public IP address for this layer 3 VPN services. They give private IP address. Sometimes they give the same private IP address to multiple customers because they know very well that they are in two different control plane. Now let's create another VRF, IP VRF KFC, IP VRF KFC. Route distinguisher I want to give 2:2. Route target also I want to give 2:2. For the other one what I gave 1:1 I gave. So I should not use the same one. I can use different one. So I have given this. Now what I do next, I put that interface F1/0 under the control plane of KFC. For that I say, first I say no shutdown and then I say IP VRF forwarding KFC. Is case sensitive. Done. Now you give the IP address, it won't conflict. 100.00.10 255.0.0.0. It's not conflicting. Let's go and check the interface status. You will see same IP address on two interfaces. Same IP address on two interfaces. So those who do not know about VRF, for them it will be like, what? How can two interfaces have same IP address? Each interface is different broadcast domain. How is it possible to have same IP address? It should have different IP address, different broadcast domain, different control plane. Sorry, same control plane. How can it have same IP address? And only those who have VRF knowledge, they will understand, oh, I think these guys are having VRF in this router. When you see this command show IP interface brief, and when you find two IP address same, you can clearly say that VRF is enabled on this router. And this interface belongs to one control plane. This interface belongs to another control plane. And to verify that, you have many commands to verify. One command is show IP VRF. It shows that KFC, this is the interface. This is the route distinguisher of that control plane KFC. This is the route distinguisher of the control plane Burger King. Two different control plane. All right. There is another command, show IP route VRF, all VRF. Now you can see this global routing table, and then you can see Burger King routing table, which has got F01 with its address, and KFC routing table has got same address but not on the same control plane, different control plane and different interface. Right? You can also type like this. Instead of saying all, you can say show me only KFC. It shows only KFC routing table. The other name is customer BK. Cust BK. This is another routing table. Okay, now I'm going to create on R4 VRF for KFC. IPVRF KFC. Route distinguisher, there I gave 2:2. Should I match with that? Not necessary. If you match, nothing wrong. For KFC, I have given 2:2 in all the routers. That is easy for you to troubleshoot. But if you want to give different number, you can give, because route distinguisher, as I said 2 classes before, it is locally significant to that router. It has got no significance in the VPN. Right? Even if you say 21:21, nothing wrong. You can have different number. That is okay. Don't think, you are not able to ping because of this problem. So I'm going to say now route target. I think I gave 2:2 there. I have to say 2:2. When I don't mention import or export, it is for both. If you now go and check the running config, show running section IPVRF, it is going to show you for KFC. I did not say import and export, but by default it takes import and export when you don't mention it for KFC. Yeah. Okay. Now what is next? I have to assign an interface to this. Interface F1/0, no shut, IPVRF forwarding, KFC, IP address, what's the address? 172.16.0.10. 172.16.0.10. 16 mask. All right. Show IP VRF. You can see both the VRFs have got interfaces and route distinguisher. But if you wish to see the route target, then you have to say detail. Then you can even see route targets. Okay, so next is what? Next is I have to take the route from the customer into the provider edge router. For that, we need one common routing protocol between KFC West and R1, likewise KFC East and R4. We are not going to use BGP because we have already seen an example with the BGP on the customer side. So I want to now introduce OSPF and show you how to have OSPF customer. Having BGP customer is the easiest one because you no need to redistribute from BGP 10 to BGP 100. That is eBGP. Automatically that gets redistributed. But from OSPF to BGP, you have to do it. BGP and OSPF are not same protocol, no? So that's what we are going to see now. OSPF is going to be on KFC West.
சார் இப்போ வெறும் எக்ஸ்போர்ட் அதான் இம்போர்ட் எக்ஸ்போர்ட் இருக்குல்ல
This KFC router has not configured it, so I'm going to configure it first. Interface loopback 0 IP space address is 110 100 100. I'm putting 32 mask. Actually, it's not 24 mask, it's 32. Usually Lubex we don't give 24, it is 32. Even if you give 24, OSPF will consider it as 32. You know that? OSPF will not advertise your 24. When OSPF advertises, it will advertise as 32. So better give 32 on Lubex. Next. We are planning to run OSPF, so I say IP OSPF 1 area, any number, let's say area. I can also give 0. Now you may have a question, what? We already have area 0 in the provider network. Won't that get mixed? No, it won't get mixed. It won't get mixed.
So process ID change பண்ணுங்க sir.
Not here. On router 1 only should have different process ID. Process ID is locally significant. Okay. In router 1 you should have different process ID. You got it? I'm
Yes.
KFC now. Okay. Interface F 00, no shit. IP address 100.0.0.1 255.0.0.0 IP OSPF 1 area 0. Done. Next, show IP OSPF interface brief. You can see 2 interfaces on KFC running OSPF. Now going to the service provider side, R1. R1, if you see, show IP protocol, it has got OSPF already, and it has taken the router ID, the Lubex 0 interface router ID. Now for the customer, you are going to create another OSPF. So the router ID will also be another one. You no need to worry which one. It will automatically take another one. In OSPF, that doesn't need to be a reachable address. Okay, so it will, if Lubex is not available, it will take from the physical interface. So I'm going to say router OSPF 2 for VRF KFC. This is the syntax. I'm saying I'm running this OSPF for KFC control plane, not for the global control plane. Now you go and see, show IP protocol. You will see another OSPF. Show IP protocol won't show you here because it is for VRF. This is showing only global routing table, global control planes protocol. Show IP protocol for VRF KFC or VRF all. Okay, KFC. It says for VRF KFC, I have OSPF 2 and it has taken a router ID 100.0.0.10. This is just an ID. Actually, it has taken the address from this interface that goes to Burger King. It is okay. Even on this interface also I have given the same. So no worries about that. It is taken from the physical interface. And for KFC, BGP is also ready, but still we have not gone under KFC BGP. We have not gone under it. Now what is next? I have to go under OSPF again. Or I can go straight to the interface that faces the customer KFC, which is F10, and say, hey, you belong to IP OSPF 1, no, not 1, 2, area 0. 2. So this will form neighbor. Now you will see neighbor coming up. See, it has formed a neighbor. Now, Let us check the routing table of KFC. Show IP route VRF KFC. You got a route learned from the KFC router. This is coming from where? KFC West. And if you try pinging, it won't ping. The reason is it is trying to ping with a global routing table. Global routing table do not know about this network. So you have to say ping using VRF KFC. Now it will ping. So you have to use the control plane correctly. Is this clear so far?
Okay, sir.
What about the others? Okay. Next, what is to be done is we need to take this route given by OSPF, place it into the VPN so that it will be targeted to router 4. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to say in router 1, router BGP 100, address family IPv4 VRF KFC, redistribute OSPF 2. How easy it is to take OSPF route and put it into the tunnel. Likewise, I also need to go under OSPF, router OSPF 2. Every time you no need to say VRF KFC in OSPF. First, when we created OSPF 2, we said VRF 2. That is enough. I'm going to say redistribute BGP 100. That's it. Oh, sorry, classless. Basic. Redistribute BGP 100. Subnets, not subnets. Okay, what is next? Next is, see, we have taken OSPF, put into VPN. And if something comes from the east in VPN, that also will be given to OSPF because we did redistribution from BGP to OSPF also. Now we are going to the router 4 side. In router 4, let us check the routing table. Show IP VRF first. I have two KFC routing table also I have. Show IP route KFC. Now you will find the route from the remote site. Bye-bye. Hello. From where these two are coming? These two are coming from KFC West, 100 and 110. So the VPN is working fine. VPN is starting from where? 11111. IBGP. You can also put VPN command and see this. I want to show you that. Show BGP VPN v4 unicast all VRF summary. This will show you neighbor only. It shows that it has learned 4 prefixes from 1.1.1.1. Now I'm going to cut the summary and show you that. Look at this. This is what you learn through VPN. You have learned from KFC, this network. Same network is also learned from remote BK, Burger King. Right, what is next? Now we need to learn this route in R4, means KFC East route in R4, and take the VPN route which you have already learned in the routing table, give it to East so that East can ping West and West can ping East. So what protocol we decided to use on where East? You want EIGRP here. Press button. 10. We are going to use EIGRP 10 and see how to ping from this EIGRP to OSPF via the tunnel. Okay, meanwhile, let us go and configure EIGRP on R4. On R4, router EIGRP 10. Do I have VRF command here? No. So VRF should be inside. Address family IPv4 VRF KFC. In this I have to say network 172.16.0.0. That's all. So warning, EIGRP autonomous system number must be provided. Okay. What? Okay, I understand why it shows this. Because I said IPv4, no? Autonomous system 10. No problem. Okay. Is there a need for no shutdown? Oh my god, yes. This also you should do. Whenever you do under address family, you should do this. No shutdown command under EIGRP. Don't forget. Next. Now, on the provider side, EIGRP is ready. Show IP interface brief. I want to check whether IP address is given. Yes, it is given. I also want to go to running configuration and verify once the VRF membership is there, or you can also type show IP VRF and check it. Okay, membership is also there. Now, the KFCEs need to be configured. Show IP interface brief. I don't think there is an IP address. No IP address. Let's give IP address. Interface loopback 0 IP address 220, I think so. 220, 100, 100, 130. Interface F 172.16.0.10. All right, we are going to run EIGRP here normally. Oh, on the other side also I think I have given 10. Then I have to give here 1, okay? I've given 10 on the other side. Not here, onto the interface. Go onto the interface. Yep. Right. Now we are going to configure EIGRP normally. Router EIGRP 10. Network. All the networks on this interface, on this router. This is how we say. I hope you are EIGRP guys. Any network, any subnet mask. Okay, why the neighborship has not come? I'm wondering why. Show IP EIGRP interface brief. Sorry, show IP EIGRP interfaces. Okay. Autonomous system 10. It's running. Now I want to
So
go.
no should go to
I think it is already up. Show IP interface brief. I think it's already up. Where no should? No, not for normal EIGRP. Okay, that is under VRF. Now on router 4, something is wrong. Interface F1/0 shutdown. Oh, shit. Show IP protocol VRF KFC. I have EIGRP routing protocol running on this one, but where is the autonomous system number? Oh no, autonomous system number is missing. That's not correct. I should give 10. I remember I gave 10. Show run section router EIGRP. Okay, address family IPv4. I have given autonomous system 10, but it is saying it don't show autonomous system 10 here, which means I'm making mistake somewhere. Router EIGRP ABC, address family IPv4 VRF, IPv4 unicast IPv4 unicast autonomous system. Okay, unicast VRF. Okay, this is the syntax. I made mistake. VRF KFC and then autonomous system 10. Now it is correct. Network is 172.16.0.0. You're going to see neighbor has come up. So what I configured earlier is not correct. This I can remove. This is not correct. Here what I did is I did not say unicast. I'm going to totally remove this, the older one. No router EIGRP10. Okay, let us now check the routing table. Show IP route VRF KFC. I'm learning route from the local customer as well as from the remote customer. Now what is next? I have to redistribute. That's missing piece. Router BGP 100 address family IPv4 VRF KFC. Redistribute EIGRP 10. Next, go under EIGRP, which we just created. I just created one EIGRP ABC or something. I have to go there. EIGRP ABC and go under that address family. And then go under topology base command and say redistribute BGP 100 metric bandwidth. I just want to say 10. Delay I want to say 1. Reliability I would like to say 100. And loading I want to say 100. MTU I want to say 1500. Boom. That's all. Now if you see you will be able to ping from west to east. I'm very confident I will ping because I know what I'm doing. Let's go now to KFC East and check the routing table. Show IP route. I can see the route coming from the remote site. I'm going to ping this. Ping. I'm able to ping. And this is not pinging Burger King on the top. Burger King also got the same address, but it's not going to Burger King. If you want, you can trace route and see. Look at this. It goes. It went to router 2 and okay, because I have given same address, you may not know. But what I will do is I'll just enable telnet and show you. I'll go to west and enable telnet. Line VTY 0. Transport input telnet. Login. Password. ABC. Do show history. I'll put the same on Burger King. Burger King here. Why I'm doing this? If I telnet to that address from KFC, it should only go to KFC remote office. If I telnet this address, it should not go to C West. It should go to KFC West. Telnet. I think I gave ABC, no? Or 1, 2, 3. ABC. You see? It goes only from KFC East to KFC West. When I do the same telnet from Burger King West, Burger King East, Burger King East, C East, open. It will not go to KFC, rather it will go to C West, but it is not even pinging. There's something else. Show IP route. I do learn the route. I have to source it actually here. Source loopback 0, because in BGP we did not advertise that physical interface. Okay, ABC. Look at this. From east, it is C east, C west only. It's not going to KFC. It won't go. And when I put the same command in KFC, it will go only to KFC. From east, I put this and I say ABC, it goes to only west. There is no cross connect because we have a route target taking care of all this. You will understand